Ash, welcome to the Firefighters podcast.
Morning, Pete.
How you doing, brother?
I'm well, thank you. Yourself?
Good to have you on, my man. Now, I wanted to have you on specifically because we've spoken before together about unsung heroes at the fire service, and obviously we've had our community educators on from one of the services in the UK, and what you do as a member of our control room staff, from my perspective as an operational firefighter on the front line.
Suppose a lot the public may just see us as call takers, which actually play more of a role in the actual operational side of things. Than
when I've visited a control room before, I've been blown away by the level of technical, operational knowledge. When a crew manager like myself or a crew commander or a firefighter is on the front line and they're unsure of resources that are available or something like that, the wealth of knowledge that you hold behind the scenes is such an integral part of what we do. So
if you to pick out the key information.
Okay.
So there was a house fire, they were looking for you to see if you remembered the house number, that it was near to the chip shop, things like that. So that's the key information you look for on a call, because it assists the crews. If we just say it's a house fire on Leicester Road, Leicester Road could be a long road, but if we say it's a house fire opposite Golden Fish Shop, then the person on the pump may know that fish shop, and it makes it a lot easier. So we're looking at that key information.
When you take the call, the only difference between you and the caller is perhaps the mindset, because you give them the same information, and it must be, some of the calls you get must be quite jarring as they initially come through. They're potentially having the worst day of their life. They may have never rang 999 before in their life, and they land at Ash. And what's the first few things that you say to them? If it's a standard call,
the first thing we establish is the address of the incident.
Okay. Because
it's vital that if we were to get cut off on that call, Pete, I can send a resource out.
Yeah.
Even if I don't know what it is, I can send a resource out to help. We take control. It's dynamic, so we can be quite abrupt with the caller if we need to be, because we're trying to shock that person into giving us that information. So there's been times where you may get the best caller in the world, but you can't get that information.
When they ring you, at that point in time, nobody's coming. I'm sat here, my world is falling apart. How did you deal with that feeling of this person here who's screaming aloud for the help? How does it feel in terms of like that helplessness when perhaps you haven't got the resources available, or you're scrambling for a resource from another brigade, or you become aware that you're not going to hit the attendance time? Is giving you information that makes you feel it needs to happen imminently, and you haven't got anybody for 10 or 15 minutes. How do you deal with that?
We will always make an attendance, Pete. Always.
Wow, there's a statement.
Yeah. We are needed, we will attend.
Yeah.
There's no two questions about that.